San Martino ai Monti. San Martino ai Monti, officially known as Santi Silvestro, e Martino ai Monti, Saints Sylvester and Martin in the Mountains, is a minor basilica in Rome, Italy, in the Rione Monti neighbourhood. It is located near the edge of the Parco del Colle Oppio, near the corner of Via Equizia and Viale del Monte Oppio, about 5 to 6 blocks south of Santa Maria Maggiore. The current Cardinal Priest with title to the basilica is Kazimierz Nycz, the Archbishop of Warsaw. Among the previous titulars are Alfonso de la Cueva, Joseph Mary Tomasi, C.R. Pope Pius XI, Alfredo Ildefonso Schuster, O.S.B, and Gianbattista Montini, later Pope Paul VI. History. The basilica was founded by Pope Sylvester I on a site donated by one Equitius, hence the name of Titulus Equitiae, in the 4th century. At the beginning it was an oratory devoted to all the martyrs. It is known that a meeting in preparation for the Council of Nicaea was held here in 324. The current church of San Martino ai Monti dates from the Carolingian era, but remains of a 3rd century pillared hall have been located below and adjacent to it. Some scholars have identified this earlier building with the Titulus Equitiae, but according to Hugo Brandenburg, it is most unlikely that it could have served as a place of worship for any larger community, and its liturgy, the original purpose of this fairly modest hall, was probably to serve as a storage space for commercial purposes. In 500, the church was rebuilt and dedicated to Saints Martin of Tours and Pope Sylvester I by Pope Symmachus. On this occasion, the church was elevated, and the first oratory became subterranean. It was reconstructed by Pope Hadrian I in 772 and by Pope Sergius Roman II in 845. The structure of the present basilica follows the ancient church, and many pieces had been reused. Remains of Pope St. Martin I were said to be transferred there following his death in the 7th century in the Crimea region. During the investiture controversy and the Gregorian reforms, the priest of San Martino, Bino, supported the antipope Clement, Roman III. The inscriptions found in S. Martino ai Monti, a valuable source illustrating the history of the basilica, have been collected and published by Vincenzo Forcella. The basilica is served by the Carmelite friars. It was granted to them in 1299 by Pope Boniface Roman VIII. Their ownership was confirmed in 1559. This basilica is the resting place of the Blessed Angelo Paoli o Carme, 1642–1720, who was revered throughout Rome for his service of the poor. He was beatified on 25 April 2010. Interior. The interior has a nave and 2 aisles, divided by ancient columns. A votive lamp, made in silver sheet and housed in the sacristy, was believed to be Saint Sylvester's tiara. Under the major altar are preserved the relics of Saints Artemius, Paulina, and Sicinius, brought here from the catacomb of Priscilla. A mosaic portraying Madonna with St. Sylvester is from the 6th century. Interior decoration. Further transformations were executed in the 17th century by Filippo Gagliardi. In the mid-17th century, a series of frescoes, architectural additions, and altar pieces were commissioned, including series landscape and architectural frescoes of typically biblical scenes by Gaspar Duguit and Gagliardi. There is a fresco by Jan Miele of St. Cyril baptizing a sultan. Fabrizio Chiari, now overpainted by Antonio Ginangiello Canini, painted an altarpiece of Holy Trinity with Saints Nicola and Bartholomew. The Mannerist painter Girolamo Musino provided an altarpiece of Saint Albert. Galeazzo Leoncino painted a fresco of Pope Sylvester holding Council of 324 in the Church of San Martino. Pietro Testa the Vision of St. Angelo the Carmelite in the Wilderness, and Filippo Gherardi an altarpiece of San Carlo Borromeo. Canini also painted the Martyrdom of St. Stephen. Chiari also painted. Giovanni Battista Crespi is the author of a Vision of St. Teresa, while the altarpiece of Vision of Santa Maria Maddalena de Pazzi was executed by Matteo Piccioni. Paolo Naldini painted a series of saints on the upper register of the nave counterclockwise starting from the nave. They are identified as Syriaca, Stephen Fabianus, and Nicander. Then, in the left nave, Theodore Martin, Innocent, and Esta. Daniel latter painted a Saint Anthony and John the Baptist on the southern wall counterfacade, while Naldini painted a Peter and Paul.